Hi, I'm AC Strange, and this is the Bad Movie Show, episode 29, The Crazy Biker Show. Now, exploitation and bikers go together like milk and cookies, and tonight I have 3 exploitation biker movies for you that are completely different. The only thing they have in common is that the bikers, of course, and that they have a 70s feel. The first one takes place in the 70s. The second one flashes back and forth from now to the 70s. And the third one is filmed in the 70s. So let's get started. First up, I have Dear God, No. 2012, unrated. Written and directed by James Anthony Burkett, starring Jet Bryant, Madeline Brumby, Shane Morton, and Johnny Collins, who we are friends with, and we say, "Hi, Johnny, we love you." So in this, the Impalers are a bunch of nasty, fucked up bikers where we open, they just killed a whole bunch of nuns, and then they kill some woman at the side of the road. That's just the opening. Alright? We cut to, back and forth, we meet this crazy scientist and his weird daughter, and it's obvious they're keeping some wild beasts in the basement. Then we get back to the Impalers, and basically they're just messed up. They drink a lot, they do lots of drugs, and they kill everybody they come in contact with, including everyone in the titty bar, which is my favorite part. They have these topless girls with masks on. They have a Nixon mask or a Frankenstein mask, and they're like go-going. It's pretty wild. Anyway, the Impalers find the scientist's house, and they basically bum rush the dinner party. Okay? And they do some nasty stuff. The Impalers, they have this little contest going on, the filthiest man alive, where they do the nastiest things, trying to outgross each other. Like they drink a drink with a tampon in it, they shoot up in bullet holes, and they even rape a pregnant woman, which is like the worst, horrible rape scene I've ever seen in my life. Okay? But with all that, the Impalers got, more than they bargained with. When they find out, what was in the basement, it gets out. Okay? This is bikers, blood, beer, bullets, boobs, and Bigfoot. No joke. Look, he's even there on the box. This movie is crazy, fucked up, nasty, outrageous, obnoxious, and just crazy fun. Be forewarned, though, there is a nasty rape scene. I'm not going to tell you anything else, but get ready for when it happens. It's probably the most disturbing thing you'll ever see. I've seen this a bunch of times, and when I watch it, I basically turn to the other people watching the movie and watch their faces go like this. It's nuts. But with all that, I give this a 4 and a buy it. This has some really great homemade special effects, and I think that this is crazy, wild, and very original, but staying true with a really cool recipe, the 70s exploitation biker thing. So I give this a 4 and a buy it, and put that on your list if you're into like really nasty, violent, biker films. That's for you. And like I said, Johnny Collins is a friend of ours, so we say hey. And Shane Morton had tattooed my husband a while back, so we say hey to him too, and we can't wait to see more from you guys. Good for you guys. Next up, I have Hell Ride. Not rated, 2008, Dimension Extreme. Written, directed, and starring Larry Bishop. He's from Kill Bill Volume 2. He plays Larry, the club owner. The calendar time for Buddy, which is my favorite part. I love that. Anyway, this is also starring Michael Madsen, Eric Balfour, Vinnie Jones. We see Dennis Hopper, David Carradine, and Lenore Varela, who is a hottie patati in this. Anyway, we have the Victor's Prez Pistolero, okay? And we see him in 1976 where he promises his lady, Cherokee Chisholm, that he would safeguard a treasure for her boy and give it to him. But she is killed by the 666ers I'm going to mess that up again, so just get ready. And her son runs away. 30 years later, the guys who killed Cherokee Chisholm, the Deuce, and Billy Wings are in Victor's territory. Now, Pistolero has plans for them, including killing them and anybody that gets in between them, and finds Cherokee's boy and give him the treasure. Okay? This is tough, mean. We get to see it's very sexy. We get to see a whole lot of ladies without pants on. There's a whole lot of downstairs action going on, which is kind of like, oh snap. But it's tough, got a lot of fucking cool-ass old dudes, and a lot of sexy women. My favorite part is that you have Pistolero, who's with a lot of ladies in this, but there's one particular lady who he talks to. She's like a go-between the crews, and every time they get together, they have the sexiest, most hottest conversation where really you watch this and go, woo, open up a window. Yeah. They have this little conversation with fire hoses, fire trucks, and fire eaters. Woo. Are you kidding me? You're like, that's damn sexy. There's one thing I have a problem with, that the storyline, like the timeline in the movie, doesn't really match up. You know, by the time we meet this kid, he's supposed to be like 40. And he don't look 40. He's like the hottest 40-year-old I've ever seen. But that's okay with me because of the hottie-patati conversation between Pistolero and this lady is worth a 3.5 and a theater. Seriously. I love Larry Bishop. I think he's mad-ass. He's the man in this movie. So put that on your list and see it. Last but not least, I have Pink Angels. Now, this is a multi-pack, and I like multi-packs. It's a really great and inexpensive way to add movies to your collection. I don't do the special edition, all the cases thing. I like movies, and I like lots of them. And sometimes you could find hidden gems in these. So, you know, I recommend every once in a while, if you're looking for something that you don't, you know, you're not sure of what to get, these multi-packs are great, because you're guaranteed at least one really good one. And I have the Pink Angels, which I'm presenting to you. So Pink Angels, 1971, rated R, Crown International Pictures, screenplay by Margaret McPherson, directed by Lawrence Brown, starring John Alderman, Tom Basham, and G.J. Marshall. So we have 6 roughneck ornery bikers, and they're on their way to Los Angeles. They're taking a road trip. Every once in a while we meet this crazy nationalist dude, but mostly it's about the bikers. And we find out right away that they're a little different. They're queens. Honey, I mean, they're drag queens. And they're on this road trip. They think it's, you know, it's safer for them to dress up as, you know, dirty bikers and drive cross country than it would be to be, you know, dressed as flaming queens that they are. So they're on this road trip, and they meet real deal nasty ass bikers. And they, you know, while our queens are having a fancy picnic on the side of the road, they get these bikers drunk, they get them girls, and they, you know, when they pass out, they cover them with makeup and do their hair. Those bikers are not happy when they get up. So they look for them, and later on find them when they're all dolled up as chicks. This is really funny and wild. I think that it's kind of crazy. They have this long, wild-ass party, and, you know, it's very 70s, very just out there and weird, but I love it. I love how they have the, you know, how at one point they're all rough and they're all trying to be butch and macho, and then these cops find one of the queen's dresses in the bike compartment, and they're like, oh no, hon, that's my gown. They're just trying to get to a drag ball, hon. And they end up at this really weird and creepy party. The end is completely fucked up. You're going to have to go back and see it a couple of times to go, but it's worth talking about. I really like this movie. I'm going to give it a 3 and a see it. I thought it was great. But it's very, very 70s. So there's some part with lots of going on, and then parts where they're just driving and there's lots of music. But that doesn't make it a bad movie. And I love me some drag queens, biker or no. So get ready, because you might get some more. So that's it for me tonight. What do you think about tonight's show? You got any crazy biker movies for me to see? I'd love to hear them. And until then, please watch more movies. I'm AC Strange, and this is the Bad Movie Show. Good night.